Okay, so you've recorded a bunch of new songs for your album, and now comes the song selection time. But what do you do with those handful of songs that don't quite make the cut? Well, pop artists, in this video, we're going to be defining the concept of bonus tracks. What they are, why you should include them, how you should include them, and when to include them. Let's blast off and get started.
You got that na 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 na, and I can't stop with these boys from California.
Konnichiwa, cyborgs. I'm Jonathan Miller, and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, helping you become a better songwriter. I make futuristic and outer space-inspired dance pop music, and every Wednesday on this channel, I'm helping others take their music to level 2. That sounds good? Consider subscribing. If not, then you're gonna miss out on all the cool dance pop tips I got for you. But it's your choice. I won't be offended. Promise. Alright, so first off, let's define what a bonus track on a pop album actually is. A bonus track is a piece of music, oftentimes an additional song or an alternate version of a song on the accompanying album, that is added to the final track listing as an extra, usually for marketing purposes or various other reasons. Sometimes, a bonus track is usually a song that is recorded during the album's recording sessions, but ultimately doesn't quite fit the main sequence of songs. Or it could be that maybe its message doesn't quite fit the main theme of the album. For example, I had 3 bonus tracks on my last album, 5. Genesis was chosen as a bonus track because even though it was the first song I had written for 5, it ultimately didn't quite fit the final theme of the album.
This is a mark on history, a hybrid of society.
I loved its futuristic vibe, and I still wanted people to hear it, even though it wasn't quite crying on the dance floor as a good chunk of that album was. So, to be simple, the reason it's there is because I wanted it to be, and I wanted it to be heard. So, instead of putting it on the main album, I gave it a home on the bonus track list. Shadow House was chosen as a bonus track because I wanted to add value to the deluxe version of the album.
You can't sleep, can't make a sound when you're locked up in a shadow house.
It's a fun Halloween-esque song that doesn't quite fit the main musical direction of the album, and to be quite honest, if I was gonna go through the trouble of making 2 different versions of an album, a standard release and a deluxe version, then I wanted the deluxe to actually have some real value to it, and 1 bonus track was not gonna cut it. The remix and re-recording of If You're on the Same Level was chosen because I wanted to show some musical growth in the time that had passed since the original recording, which at the time had been about 6 or so years.
It's just you and me on this Frizzle wild ride, so baby, come and dance with me tonight. Take you over, we can get it right. You can use it, make me harder. You've got what I like. Breathe that sexy little devil, make me blow my mind.
I'd learned a lot since the original recording was made, and so I thought it'd be kind of a fun surprise at the end of the album. Plus, it happens to be a fan favorite, so I knew people would enjoy it. Adding exclusive bonus tracks can actually add a lot of value, especially if you're choosing country-specific bonus tracks. It's commonplace for North American and European artists to include Japanese-only specific bonus tracks as a marketing incentive to get people to buy domestically in Japan. Because, believe it or not, importing an album into Japan is actually a lot cheaper than buying domestically from an artist who's from another country. I don't know a lot of indie artists doing this for financial reasons, but I definitely know a lot of major label artists do it. I mean, if you got the budget and the fan base, why not? Overall, if you want to add incentive for your fans to buy a higher priced version of your album, consider including bonus tracks. However, please make sure that each song on there has a purpose and you're doing it for a reason. Don't just tack on songs at the end of a record so you can charge a higher price. That's not fair to your fans who can't afford it, and it's just not fun. Make sure your album stands alone without them, because then it actually is a bonus and it's not something that you're obviously tacking on just so you can charge more money. Quality over quantity, always. So those are bonus tracks. Question of the video, have you included bonus tracks on an album before? Are you considering it for a new release? Leave me a comment below letting me know. If you want to check out any of the bonus tracks I mentioned for reference, there are links in the description below so you can give them a listen. And as always, please leave a like on this video if you found it helpful and enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're new. I put out new videos every single Wednesday. Once again, I'm Jonathan Miller, and I will see you next time. Mata ne!